What's going on, Solid Steppers? This is Miss Ward coming to you. Got that pick, Black History Month. Power to the people. But anyway, I am making this video this morning to get everybody inspired to get out here and get this bag. But I'm sitting here. See what I'm talking about? This is what happens when you start talking smack. But one thing about me, I'm going to keep it 100. See if I can find my phone and get us back rolling here. Got a new truck and I can't navigate nothing properly. So let's try this again. Never dull moment. I love it. These are facts, not fiction. Alright, so anyway, just finished talking to a customer. And, like the ladies already working my nerves. I'm so antisocial. I swear you guys think you got a YouTube channel, you're antisocial. Well, I got a YouTube channel because I'm trying to cut down on those direct one-on-one situations. But anyway, I was just thinking this morning about how people get up and they miserable when it's time to go to work or time to go deal with a task they got to address. And they miserable as hell, right? And I'm thinking about how you create that. And you create that because you're creating your own experiences. I'm not going to sugarcoat anything because I never do. That's not how I'm built. But the reality is you create the world you work in. You create the world you live in. It all starts with your mental ability and mindset to construct the life you want to live. So every choice you make those choices by the decisions and moves you decide to make. So prime example, I have my business set up in such a way where customers basically manage their own situations. Everything is automated and systems are in place. Now there occasionally I have to really deal directly one-on-one, like that young lady is an older lady and she's got 900 questions for me that I do not have time to answer, but it's okay because she's still a customer. So I have no problem with taking the time, listening. I know exactly what she was going to ask me before she asked me because she's asked me this before. So it's important that I go in, expedite the service. She has an issue with a GE refrigerator where she has frost buildup in the freezer. Well, we've been doing this long enough to know that this is more than likely a gasket-related issue, making sure the door closes and seats properly and make sure there are no issues with the racks, things of that nature. So I'm prepared to go in. Now, I initially spoke with this young lady in reference to the model number and things of that nature because I wanted to make sure I had parts on hand to get in and get out. Now, why do I say it like this? I say it like that because I'm very clear about what I need to do to get in and get out in this situation. Now, this particular customer, I already spoken to her about the price. It's going to be a pretty profitable experience. So I should have her done in 20-30 minutes, if that long. But I'm saying all that to say, if you get into appliance repair, two things you got to be clear about. You're going to be dealing with customers. And me, I built my business in such a way where I had minimal contact simply because of two reasons. I was concerned about the 1099 side of my business, whereas my subcontractors that work for me go out and deal with customers. And then I was concerned about the actual employees, CSRs, and things of that nature. So a lot of people build their businesses out in this way. They start with a one-man shop, and then they start to add a CSR as their one man. The CSR starts to manage the dispatch and things of that nature. Then they add another truck, then they add another truck. All that's wonderful, and there's nothing wrong with that business model. Then you have people like me who manage a lot of my own business simply because I understand my accounting side, I understand my CSR side. My goal is to deal with a certain caliber of customer and to do certain types of repair where the skill set of the tech is paramount and the customer's ability to pay for that caliber of service is paramount. So my business is built off of those models. So everyone goes to business differently, but you have to understand there's a game you have to play and understand what your layout's going to be. So prime example, everybody's told to go sign up for the warranty companies, go do warranty work, learn this and that. The part that you're missing is that there's a learning curve and there's a process and there's a price to pay. Tools, education, training. So you will always say, every time you go out to a job, you have a problem, you need to pregame before you go to the job. That's rule number 1. Number 2, you should have an idea before you get to the job, the price point, the availability of the parts. To me, that's all part of pregame in my world. Now, you got situations where a lot of guys are coming out of companies where the company basically did everything for them. All they did was show up and turn a wrench. The thing that most techs don't realize is that when you show up and turn a wrench, you do not have the skill set to run a business. This is why you see some of the best techs griping about they're not making money, they're not this, but they're not going to business dealing with the cost of doing business. Like, everything affects everything, from the truck that I drive that takes $70, $90 to fill up, to the route that I have, the amount of miles I have to run, and then not to mention my subs, their set pay that I have them set at for the different jobs they do. So not only am I paying my subs to do the work, but I am providing the parts, the courier service to get the parts to the location. Like, there are pieces of this puzzle. It's not as simple as it looks. And this is why I'm always telling people, find your damn lane and stick to it. Because the reality is everybody goes to business different. And when you're trying to come into this game and structure your business, you first need to understand what's your skill set. If you have a certain skill set, build the business around whatever that skill set is. My skill set is managing techs, and I have a strong technical background. So I don't sell anything, number 1, I can't repair myself or have alternatives to get repaired. I make sure that I have enough profit margin that I can win every day. Like, I have a certain nut I need to clear every day. Whatever that nut is, I need to make sure I get that in profit. But then on top of that, I need to get everything on top of that. So, prime example, what's your relationship with your vendors as far as your parts return and turnaround, parts pickup, delivery? Like, their levels. Every choice you make is going to affect your ability to perform. Like, this lady that I just answered the phone for, normally I would not have answered it because I have services for that. But she called so many times. My first call came in at 7 and change. That customer, that first call customer, I never spoke to. I scheduled an appointment because he left all the information I needed. You follow me? He was notified that the appointment is scheduled, so he's not going to be blowing up my phone because he's been trained from the door, text, reach out, email, we will be right on it. And we've shown them through that behavior. This particular customer, she's old school, so she want to talk to somebody. She want to break bread with you. You know, I'm going to go in here and make this quick $4.55, whatever. And I'm going to get in and get out, because at the end of the day, that money that she is paying me is going to cover my nut for the day. And then everything else is pretty much gravy. So when you know how to set your business up in such a way where your first call covers everything you need, then you're good to go. And that's pretty much how I set up my business. People always wonder how you do this, how you do that, but there's a whole strategy around it. So, prime example, say you got the guys that's doing warranty and the warranty companies are supplying the parts. That is not my business model. I supply all my parts because I need to control when I get paid. If I'm waiting on the warranty company to send me parts and I gotta wait on my pay, that's a problem for me. I like to control the ebb and flow of my business and the profit that comes through the door. So that's what I choose to do. Now, if you're just starting out and you want to do warranty, and you do, like Mike say, the wolf is at the door, you got bills, baby mama drama, and all that stuff that comes with life, and you got to get some paper real quick, then you need to find out how to do other services, such as dry vent cleaning, services that are low cost as far as out of pocket, but that you can turn enough of them to make $1,000 in a day, easily. And I just don't understand how people don't make a minimum of $5,000 a week. That's like minimum. And I'm talking about only working 5 days, but that's called concentrated effort. If you're doing 5 jobs a day, and say you're not, Miss Ward, say you're charging $350 a job, 5 jobs a day, that's $1,550. Your profit you should be spending no more than $500 on those parts. and all your expenses. So you should be clearing $1,000 a day. That's my personal opinion. Now, if you're out here doing the okie doke, I mean, it's a lot of okie dokes out here. It's people that go into people's houses, know they have a defrost issue, don't change no sensors, no thermostat. They go in there and thaw everything out and then walk away. Like, that's the dumbest ever. Then you get a call back and you're not answering the phone. Like, I've seen so much craziness. I just be like, really? You know, it wasn't you charge these people $1.50 for what? You know, then they looking at me like I'm crazy when I tell them what it really is. But the reality is, this is the world we live in. So you have to decide where you want to be as a tech and where you want to be as an entrepreneur. See, the smart people build relationships and they specialize in certain areas. I always tell people to find their niche, and people never understand until they actually get in it. Why would I be doing washers, dryers, microwaves, dishwashers, when I can just focus on refrigeration? The most important appliance in the house is a refrigerator. I'm sorry to break it to y'all, because that has to do with keeping food cold. That if that goes down, then these people can't eat. Food spoils, they have loss. Like, the most important appliance in the house is a refrigerator. I don't care what anyone says. Period. End. And those are first world problems, and that's what I specialize in. So with that said, I've given y'all enough free game for today. I'm finna get back out here and grind on this bag and get it knocked down. But that's your tip for the day. Remember, find your niche, build your business around what you want to do, and then be the best at it. I've always said that. Be blessed, solid steppers. Have a great day. And remember, if nobody love you, Miss Ward do. Talk to you later.